A very warm welcome to all our Icytales viewers and listeners. Today we have a very special guest with us, Madhura Girish. So she is a life coach. She is a healing specialist. Her mission is to create one healer in every household. She helps people set and achieve their goal. So first of all, hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Rabiat?
I am good as well. So first of all, why don't we start by you telling our viewers about yourself and what do you do?
By profession, I'm a postgraduate in food and nutrition, but my passion has always been to transform lives. I used to do that earlier by transforming people's lives from the outside, by helping them lose weight, by improving their skin, by improving their hair, by improving their lifestyle. And eventually I understood that we could work on the inside too. And that's when I started working on the inside, which is the energy healing part, and how we could shift their mindset from the negative to the positive, how we could move them from a stagnated life to a growth mindset and all of that. And that's how I started learning one by one courses on energy healing, fell in love with it, wanted to work on myself, saw the transformation in myself. And when I saw that transformation, I thought it was not just a little bit, it was a huge transformation that I saw in myself. Then I thought I should take this out to the world, started teaching others. And that's when eventually I saw that there were so many people who were interested in learning this. And I launched one course, then another, then another, then another. And I'm happy to tell you all, I have more than 40 courses in healing modalities now, and more than 3,000 people who are learning different healing modalities from now. And that's how I ended up becoming a life coach.
That's really nice to hear. So was there like one specific point in your life which made you become a life coach?
Yes, one specific was the reason why I became a life coach, but that was piled up from many incidences from the past, which kept giving me, asking me, I kept asking this question, why like this? Why me? Why this problem? Why is it like this? So when you have a lot of questions and you keep hunting, I came across one person who told me that I'm a Reiki healer. And I said, what is this Reiki? And she started teaching me about Reiki. And I felt that this had answers to all my other questions that I have been hunting the answers for a really long time. I'll give you a few examples. One of the most common thing is, when you do good and you get good, you are happy. When you do bad and you still get bad, I think people are still comfortable because they feel that, anyway, I've cheated and I got some cheating. I stole something and I stole back. I hurt someone and that is the reason I'm getting this hurt back. The problem starts when you're too good and you don't get the good in return. That's when the questions in the mind start, that why? I've been always nice in every way, but why am I not getting the fruits as I have worked hard? Or, people around are growing and why I'm not growing. So when things like that happen, I met the Reiki healer and she taught me Reiki. I understood that there could be blockages. There could be reason why I was not growing the way I should have, or the way others were, why I was not attracting certain things and aspects in my life. So I realized the entire mistake was only with me. It was in my mindset. It was everything related to me. And that's how I started learning. And Reiki was the first thing which I learned, after which I learned more than 40 to 50 courses. And I understood that they were all very much related. And that's how I started, transforming.
Okay, that's nice. So you were talking about, not feeling like getting the results and all. But I feel like in these modern times, one of the biggest problem, which only got worse after the COVID and lockdown situation, was people are getting more and more attached with, technology. And no work can be done without them. That's obvious. That is obvious. But they're getting more and more attached with the machines, and be it phone or a computer or anything, and less attached with human. So what's your take on that?
You know why is that, Rabiat? Because when you use a laptop or you use a phone or you use something technology, it listens to you. It follows your instruction.
Yeah.
It doesn't argue back. It doesn't say no. It doesn't, give its own feedback. So that's what happens with a human being. If I tell you something, you tell me something, and then I tell you something, and I feel that, oh my God, this is going into an argument. Rather, let me go and see some reels, and that's going to entertain me, and that's going to give me some happiness and peace. This is why they're running after technology, because in the hunt of peace, in the hunt of happiness, in the hunt of relaxation, they have found that technology doesn't argue back. Technology doesn't give advice. And the technology does not maybe necessarily give you that gyan, which is actually, helping you grow. Whereas one more thing is, as the generation keeps evolving, like human beings evolved from monkeys, it seems with every generation there are certain new evolutions that is happening, and the current generation has a very less emotional quotient. It's very true, which I can see in the next generation. True. So they do not connect very easily emotionally by default. From the time they are born, they have a little bit of less EQ, is what research says. So that is one of the reasons they are not, willing to communicate and have some emotional connection with human beings as much as, maybe our generation or much before that. They used to value a lot of relationships. So the first thing why they love technology is because it does not argue back, it does not give a feedback, or it does not give an advice. And it gives a lot of pleasure, it gives a lot of entertainment, it is having no limitations on so many things. You can be accessible to entertainment at any time in just your hand. And the second thing, I feel, since their emotional quotient is less, they don't like to be too connected to people. And also because the generation has got the internet world access very easily at a very less price, they find it better. But of course, my take on it is, no, a balance in life is good for everything, whether it is relationship, whether it is technology. Use it in the right way and it becomes your strongest tool. Whether it is love, whether it is relationship, whether it's money, whether it's technology, when used in balanced, it can be your strength. And if it's not used in the right way, it can be your biggest weakness. Anything and everything.
It's like machines are giving us what we want, exactly how we want it, but not what we actually need.
Exactly. Yes.
So let's talk about your coaching process. So how do you help your clients? Like, what's your coaching process is like? Can you give us a brief overview of your coaching process?
Yes. So I have multiple courses where some of them are for beginners and some of them are for someone who have already understood energy healing, who have understood energy frequency and vibration and want to take it a level forward. So in the beginning, for beginners, I teach them what is energy, frequency, vibration, what is an aura, what is a chakra, why this energy, and how can they manipulate it in their support, how can they use it for their own growth, how to clear blockages, how to attract what you want in life. And that course is called as Heal Yourself. Heal Yourself is a course where I tell people how they can clear their past, because generally people are stuck in their past, whether it's a breakup, whether it's a money problem that they have had in the past, whether it's a failure that they've had in the past. They're always stuck from something that has happened in the past. And then I tell them how you can balance yourself currently. And then I teach them ways to manifest your future. So I give them a goal wherein what is it that you want to look physically? What is it that you want to be mentally? What is it that you want to learn now? Everything physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. What is it that you want your life to look like? What kind of house? What kind of car, what kind of job, how much of salary or how much of income, what kind of mindset. And to achieve that, what is the energy that you must have and how you could raise your vibration. And then the advanced courses include a lot of other stuff which a person can understand only if they understand energy. So I have a lot of variety. They can find the courses and choose as per their requirement. And definitely I've kept them affordable so that everyone can afford them. And money should never be a reason why they should not, purchase something and learn healing. And once they heal themselves, I want them to become professional healers and coaches so that they can spread the knowledge of healing everywhere.
Okay, that's so nice to hear. So you were talking about mindset, okay, how mindset plays a very important role. So there's this line that thoughts become things, and we all have come across, like I have come across positive affirmations like a lot, especially in social media, and they actually seem to work. But I've always been curious, like how they actually work. So can you tell us about it?
So, Rabiat, anything that you want or anything that you have in your life today, if you look at the kind of clothes or at the kind of things that you have, the kind of hairstyle that you have, let me give you a example of a hairstyle. You cannot jump into a place and say, I want this hairstyle. You would have seen it somewhere. Either someone has had that haircut or they would have seen in the magazine. And then once they see that, they keep it in their mind that when I find the right time, the right person, the right place, I'll get this haircut done. When my mummy agrees or when my husband agrees, when my have that length, or when I find the right hairdresser, I will get this color, I will get this haircut. So it is there in the mind, and then they go and do it. If somebody wants to study something, first they have seen somebody achieve something from that degree, and then they want to get that degree. So whether they want to buy a car, they must have seen it somewhere where they have really loved it, and then they say, okay, so everything that we have in our life first comes in our mind, and then we work towards it and try to achieve that. So if we have shit in our mind, we will have shit in our life. If we have negative thoughts in our mind, we will have negative life. If we have positive thoughts in our mind, we will have positive life. If we have mixed thoughts in our mind, we will have a mixed life. And if you want to experience that, the day you start your day with a mindset of, oh my God, nothing is working in my life, and see, I'm so tired and all of that. If somebody gets up in that mood, the whole day will be messed up. Whereas somebody gets up with gratitude that, oh my God, I've been blessed with so much nice, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, lovely relationship, lots of comfort, and today I'm so healthy, I'm feeling better. The whole day starts being more easy and better. So the way how your mood is, the way the day is. But if you learn to create your own mood, if you learn to create your own mindset, it will be magic. And that can happen through practice, for which there are certain tools. So when you said affirmation is one of the tool. When we start saying that, we start listening to it, it helps us rewire our brain. Our brain also supports us eventually after a particular time, and then it starts manifesting whatever we want. So it is a science. It is not just random thoughts which we become things. It is a planned, processed, and a particular way of how you think, that it can become a thing. Not just like you think about it today and then you leave it and then it becomes a thing. No, it happens
Process.
repeatedly. Yes. So your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, everything, when they're put together and the universe supports you, then there is alignment and manifestation happens.
Because we have been hearing about this, like thoughts become things, you have to think positive, but we never dig deep into what goes behind it, like why it actually happens, how it actually happens. So that was some insightful information. Thank you so much for that. So you were talking about healing, the first step is healing yourself, moving past from that, whatever horrible past that you've had. So what is healing to you? And why do you think we as like individual need it? Do you think we can move forward without having some sort of healing?
Everyone goes through stress, yes or no? They go
Yes.
through negativity in their life.
Yeah.
They go through tough times in their life. They go through grief. They go to shame. They go through fears. They go through unwanted feelings, all of that, whichever we don't want, anger, jealousy, greed, comparison in the wrong way. All of that is part of us in the form of energy. All of those failures, all of those pains, cheats, hurts, griefs, insults that we have had, tortures, all that childhood memories which are not that great, it's all part of us if anyone has gone through. And as human beings, there is no one who is spared, who says that from the time you're born to the time you're dead, you will have a abundant, happy life. I mean, maybe there could be some, but I've not heard of anybody who said that I've never, ever had a tear in my life, or I've never had a bad incident on. So these situations in life, which are painful or the negative in general, they are a part of our life. And if we continue to keep them, if we continue to remember them, if we continue to live by those memories, it will be creating stronger blockages in the energy flow in our body through chakras. Chakras are the energy centers which are in the entire body. So assuming these are blocked, there will be no good energy that is flowing, and then it does not allow us to create a better future. So once we understand that this is not serving me any good, and we learn to let go, there is a process of how to do that, and we learn to clean all of those negative memories and make place for new, and then we bring in good energy by bringing in new thoughts, bringing in new feelings, bringing in new actions, new experiences, which can be created and manifested thoughtfully, mindfully, and we start living our life by understanding that this is good, this is bad, this is black, this is white, this is happy, this is sad. We understand and we choose that, let me do this, let me not do this. And when we choose all these, over flooding positive thoughts, emotions, feelings, words, actions, then the negativity starts reducing. And similarly, the real life experiences start becoming good. But I've seen a lot of people who say, no, this doesn't work. I've tried affirmations, I've tried this. So let me tell all the viewers out here that there is something called as a golden ratio of success, which is simply that if you are having 50% positive thoughts, 50% negative thoughts, things will not work. 60% positive, not work. 70% positive, still it won't work. When you have 80% of your life, thinking, feeling, taking actions, and everything else positive, and 20%, which is a negligible amount of some negativity, things will start working. So if you're thinking that, I'm doing everything and things are not working, please work on yourself much more till you touch 80% of positivity, and then you will see magic will start happening in your life.
Okay, okay, thank you. So now coming to a very interesting question. I was very curious when I came across your profile. Your motto, your mission is to create one healer in every household. So you did explain me about it earlier, but how did you come up with it, and can you explain it a bit more in detail?
Yes. So Rabiat, I'm from a family of doctors. I have like 5, 6 people in my very close circle who are
Okay.
who are doctors. My sister, my father, my sister's husband, my mama, my grandpa. They're all doctors. And because they were doctors, I was never scared of falling ill. I
Okay.
always, even something happens, I have so many doctors around me and I will be taken care of. And I've always been lucky that they've always been there. Similarly, when someone is unhappy, someone is low, someone is sad, someone is depressed, someone is frustrated, they don't know whom to go to, and they end up talking to their friends or talking to their relatives, and maybe sometimes they're misguided, sometimes they're judged, and sometimes they're not taken in the right direction, and eventually if it becomes too extreme, they will go to a psychiatrist and then start taking some medical pills, which becomes an addiction. So somewhere in between, there is a person called as a healer who will tell them that what is wrong, why is it wrong, and how it can be corrected by giving you beautiful processes through various ways, and the various courses that can help you. So I felt that when I was a healer, I worked on myself. I felt it was easy for me to heal myself. And then when I help people to heal themselves, it was easier. So I said, why not have one healer in every house? So then you will not be scared of any person feeling a little low, or you will not allow them to feel low. Everyone goes through low phases, but you should not stay there. You must be resilient enough to come back and stay. You can go there for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, one day, cry over it, finish it. The next day, you must be a new person, right? With the extreme positivity, with the mindset that I will make it big, if not now, some other day. So I felt that, one house, one healer definitely should be there. I alone can't do it. I've started creating and I've touched 3,000 people who have learned healing. But I feel that if everyone starts becoming a healing coach, they can also teach and become and empower people to become taking care of themselves and the people around. And that's why I want to create a lot of healers. And when I say I want to create healers, I don't teach them 1 or 2 subjects. I teach them 32 subjects in healing. And after they learn 32 subjects, I feel now they're capable enough to handle any kind of case. Because it's very simple, Rabiat. Zukam hua to bhi crocin, खांसी हुआ तो भी क्रोसिन, फीवर हुआ तो भी क्रोसिन, या सरदर्द में क्रोसिन, या बॉडी एक में क्रोसिन, ऐसे नहीं पॉसिबल है. There has to be one medicine for every problem. Similarly, there is one healing modality for various kind of people, various kind of problems, with various kind of personalities. And that's why I teach 32 different healing modalities, where they feel they have a choice of what can be used for what kind of problem. And when I teach them, they really feel that, there is a shift in the way they have a power to heal somebody. And then they can create more healers also. So yes, I would definitely want to create one healer in every house.
That's nice. And you just said that you have, I guess, created 3,000 healers already. And
Yes.
even if those 3,000 people are creating 3,000 more healers, you're actually making a huge difference in
Yes.
everyone's life. So on behalf of all of them, thank you. So moving on to a next very common problem, actually, which I myself face a lot. And it's not about one particular age group. Person from every age group, be it teen or adult person, or even I've seen a lot of aged people also suffer through overthinking. So overthinking has become kind of a big issue, especially I feel like during the COVID time, during the lockdown time, it kind of got increased. People were losing job, and we were just inside our homes, just locked up, having nothing to do. So I think it kind of spiked from there. So how do you have any tips for people who overthink a lot, like a few tips you would like to suggest people in order to, prevent, so that they can, not overthink that much?
So Rabiat, whoever is overthinking, I just tell them first be aware of it, that yes, I am overthinking. And what am I overthinking about? So we all as human beings have various aspects in our life. Okay, we have physical, we have mental, we have like maybe education at some age group, then we have relationship and emotional, spiritual, growth, money, so many aspects. If you're overthinking about one problem, I'll give you some example of a random person. If this person's relationship is not working, and subah sham, they're only thinking about why is my boyfriend like this, why is my boyfriend like this, look at that boyfriend, look at this boyfriend, they are enjoying so much, and only my life is like this, and they're 24/7 thinking only about this relationship, they will end up one or the other day becoming deep down depressed, frustrated, and irritated. So what I say, that whenever one aspect of your life is working, for some time move away, start working on your money, maybe that is better. Look at yourself, maybe you physically look good, work on that. Maybe you need to work on your mental abilities, maybe work on that. Maybe you want to work on your career, work on that. Work on whatever other aspects you have, because when other aspects start working, then come back to your relationship and that will work. How does this work is, whenever I do webinars on healing, my first beginning starts like this: the world is indeed beautiful, love is everywhere, money is everywhere, people are wonderful. In spite of that, if you are not living a nice life, it is simply because you're vibrating too low. Raise your vibration and you will see a beautiful world. So this person who is overthinking is only stuck thinking that ये एक problem मेरे life में अकेले चीज है which I'm worried about. I tell them, move your head. There are multiple number things that you can work on, and there's so much more. So if one door is closed, you're sitting and only seeing that one door. There is something beyond that. So look at the other doors, look at the world, go outside, travel, see places, see people, and come back, and you will understand that indeed there is so much to do, and we are stuck in that simple, small one thing.
Okay. Your answer just reminded me, one of my friend actually told me, when I used to overthink a lot, that, why are you just fixated on that one problem? Why can't you
Exactly.
look at the other
Exactly.
99 other good things
Yes.
that are happening in your life?
Absolutely.
So that
Yes.
is actually really, really true. So also related to overthinking, we have this problem, especially, I guess, people who are, just graduating or, going to college, that me too, that you sometimes feel like you're in the middle of all of these things and you have like no purpose. You feel like you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and you can do this, but you end up doing nothing. And at one point in the end, it just feel like you have no purpose. So how do you help people, people who come to you for help? Like, how do you help them find that one purpose in their lives?
Purpose can be found when clutter in life is reduced. So first, clutter in the mind, clutter in the heart, clutter in your body, clutter in your house, everything needs to reduce. So I tell them heavy ways of decluttering the house, the physical space, how to remove the unwanted clothes, unwanted shoes, unwanted things in the house, then unwanted things in the mind. I have processes where I clean up their mind from unwanted memories, then unwanted things in the heart, that this girl said this man said that, this person did like this, I want to take a revenge back, and 10 years back this happened. This is all unnecessary stuff which is going to pull you down and not help you find your life purpose. So step one is remove all that clutter. Step two, help yourself. Help yourself to grow and become so strong that you find a life purpose, because you can never pour from an empty cup. So fill your cup first, become empowered first, become knowledgeable first, become strong first, become emotionally stable first, become financially good first, become physically fit first. So when you become very good, then you will be able to be in a state of understanding what is your life purpose. So I make them do that and become that. After that, I tell them the only way to live life wonderfully as a human being is when you're able to bring about a transformation in another person's life in any way possible. So everyone have their ways of understanding of what is a life purpose. Mine, since my career now is like a healer and transforming lives, my life purpose personally is to help a lot of people transform their lives to a better version of themselves. And similarly, I teach them that your life purpose also will be the same. You have to teach people to become more happier, more healthier, more smarter, more peaceful, more full of life, because life is indeed beautiful. And that will be the life purpose, that you are helping people evolve and become a better human being.
You just have to declutter first.
Yes, absolutely. Step one is a very
That's
easy
the
thing.
first step.
Yes, because a
Okay.
college girl may not understand higher things. All that I tell is remove the clutter, unwanted things in your house. And I do that to a lot of youngsters as well. I sit
Okay.
with them and I tell them, and then I ask them that, do you have clothes that do not fit you? They say yes. Do you have shoes that don't fit you? Yes. Do you have watches that do not work? Yes. So do you have pens and sketch pens in your house that do not work? Yes. All of that are not allowing you to be more peaceful and not allowing you to grow. Do you know that? So take it out. And then they do that, click me pictures and share that. Similarly, we do processes for the mind and for the heart to understand that what is it that is there in their mind. So I see a lot of people who say second standard mein aise hua tha, eighth standard mein aise hua tha, PUC mein aise hua tha. And I say, how old are you? They'll say 30, 40, and sometimes even 50. And I say, that is such an old story. It is still stuck in your mind. How do you heal yourself out of it so that you can look for something beautiful in the future? And when I remove those things, they can look for something in future. Otherwise, they're always living in their past.
Okay. So we actually till now have talked about having no purpose in life, overthinking, you creating every healer in every household, we and people getting more attached with machines. We have covered a lot of problems. So have you ever come across, I would not call it a problem, I would say a challenge, have you ever come across a challenging client, like someone who has come to you and which according to you was very challenging for you?
So Rabiat, what I feel is anybody who comes to me or people like me, they have come when they have lost all their other chances. So people come to a healer only when they feel they have tried everything else, nothing has worked.
Okay.
And then only they will come, because nobody comes to a healer for the first time. So definitely every person who comes to me would be a challenging case only. But when I look at it from my eyes, it is very small. When they look at it through their eyes, it is very big for them. So like you said, overthinking, I make them realize that this is a very little thing. And the in the first session itself, I make them feel that your problem is too small. It's just that you're looking at it too deeply from here. And that is why it is looking like it's a very big thing. I give them these examples, simple examples, that when you see an accident from the live 5 feet distance, you feel, oh my God, so much of blood, so much of this, so much of that. But if you look at from a 20-floor building, you will just see that, and you will just see maybe some accident, some chaos, and then things are dispersed. You don't realize that it is so much because you are seeing such a big view. So look at your life also like that. I feel that you're so much seeing that particular part. So I'll give you a small example. When someone says that, I am having financial problem and that's why I want to talk to you. And when I ask them, what is the, generally it's loan or they're stuck up with something for a long time. How much is your loan? If they say 30 lakhs, I said, just 30 lakhs, just 30 lakhs is troubling you. And then they feel, is it that it's a very small amount? Then I feel, yes, for you, it's looking big. So you have so much to do. You have the capacity to earn 30 crores. Maybe you're not able to see it today, but if you're capable enough, you can do it one day. So 30 lakhs is nothing. Then they feel, wow, so I can do that. So they say at the end, can I really do that? And I say, absolutely. Then another person who says, I've had a breakup and life is over. I can't move on. This girl is stuck in my mind. I said, just because of one breakup, you're going to spoil your entire life. How old are you? They'll say 20, 21, 22. I'll say, you have 70 more beautiful years to live. Do you want to live 70 more years crying this way? You have so much more. You're looking so good. Why don't you, do this, do this, do this in life? Why are you stuck with just one girl who even left you? And then they feel, yes, why did I do this? I said, how many years have you been like this? They'll say 6 months. 6 into 3, 180 days you've been wasting, is it? Come on, you can't waste one more day. And then they feel, yes. So there's someone who have to make them feel that this problem is so silly, so stupid. You have so much more to do. Come on, look at that. And then take them out from that rubble and they will be better. So whenever you say challenge, I don't tell them, oh my God, this is your problem. I always tell them, is that all that you're stuck with? Then they feel, oh, okay, this is it. And it is the same with every problem and everyone. They feel that this problem is the biggest problem ever. And I make them feel that this is a very small problem. There's so much more and you are more powerful and you can be more powerful. The problem is so little. And then they feel, yes, I think I am powerful. I can learn things and I can become more powerful.
That's actually beautiful. You are basically giving them a new perspective, to
Exactly.
look at things. So you
Yes.
just have to shift your,
Yes.
perspective a bit.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I just have one last question for you. How do you, how do you go on with the challenges? How do you handle setbacks? Like you just talked about, that you kind of help them, shift their perspective, and everyone is kind of, in the same, level for you. But in your personal life, how do you handle setbacks and challenges?
Awareness is the number one. When I learn things, it's a process which happens with everybody. The first level, we are just learning and we are just trying to understand that what is this, isse kya benefit hoga, usse kya benefit hoga, how is it going to help me? So I also started learning by trying to understand how can I make my life better. And there came a stage when everyone was asking me, how many courses are you doing? Every other day you say you're taking up a new course, you're learning something new. Why are you going crazy like this? But then there came a time that I was learning, it was also implementing. Automatically I was implementing, and when I was implementing, there was changes that is happening. And today, of course, it's a long journey, but today when you ask me how do I handle challenges, I also tell myself, that if this is the problem, how should I look at it so that in the minimum number of time I can finish it and move to the next thing, because I have so much to do and I can't be stuck in this small little thing. So I'll tell you, Rabiat, I've become more forgiving, which is more easier, because if someone hurt me, forgive them and move on. Because ultimately I don't want to be stuck there in the grudgy, in the revengeful, in the angry, in the upset, in the low, in the frustrated, in the depressed kind of state. So forgive them, move on, so that it's a time waste. You have to just think that what is this going to give me? If I have to be upset with this, it's going to be wasting my time, my energy, my entire body cells are going to be upset. I can't do that. I want to do something bigger. You have to have some mission, you have to have some vision, you have to have something to look forward to, like you said, a life purpose, and you have to have your goals clear. And when you have that, these petty small things in your life challenges will look small, and you will look at the bigger picture. I've become more forgiving, more loving, more compassionate, more grateful. I feel more blessed, because it's all about recognizing that you've been gifted so much in your life. It's just that we have not noticed those things. We're always looking for something which we don't have. But when we recognize that we have so much that we have got without even asking, then you feel that you're more happier.
Okay. So basically, awareness is important.
Awareness.
And while you're learning new things, be anything, you're just implementing it.
Yes, awareness about what all you have, what is your strength, and how can you use that to grow and achieve your mission.
Okay, that was some, valuable and insightful information, which I'm sure our viewers are going to love and enjoy. So lastly, thank you so much for being here with us, taking time out of your, I know, very busy schedule, and, give us this insightful information. Thank you so much once again. And yeah, that was it. I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Rabiat, for inviting me too. And I love answering your questions, because they are going to bring about a huge change in people's mindset too.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for inviting.
Okay. Bye. Have a nice day.